been a season full of twists and turns, and it all reaches a crescendo here tonight as EA Sports so proud to welcome you to the marquee event of the NFL calendar, Super Bowl Sunday. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Miami Dolphins taking on the champions from the NFC, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. They'll start on the ground with Irving. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Gotta like that start. 14 yards to get them going. So much for staying ahead of the chains with a 3- or 4-yard gain on first down. They moved the chains with a nice little run.
Yeah, they're making the chain gang hustle a little bit to try and keep up, aren't they? Because a lot of the first series of games are scripted, many times to probe and find some holes in the defense. Sometimes you attack with some big-time runs, too.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Mayfield. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 33. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now Mayfield. And this is incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here's 2nd and 10. Baker going to give it to Irving. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Mayfield looks to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. Now a run. Here's the rookie from Penn State. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Mayfield to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Bucky Irving from 8 yards out. And the Buccaneers are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Striking first in any game is very important, but on this stage, the biggest of stages in the Super Bowl, that's huge.
You fully expect the other team to battle all the way through, but when you're the one setting the pace, jumping out in front, that has to feel great for the entire organization.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. He's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
And it's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
All right, come on.
From the gun, they go to Edwards. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
First down, Dolphins.
You're safe. Go ahead. 22. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
On the ground, it's Layjohn5. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This 2nd and 4.
Ready. Turbo 1, hot. Ready, team. Solo left Zion. Solo.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches.
Yeah, ready.
They'll run for it with Layjohn5. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down, at least at first glance, as they spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now a first carry for their fullback. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Go ahead.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Is that the incorrect read or just more an error on the throw by the quarterback?
I lean more towards the latter because it seemed like he was open there, just missed him on the throw.
And a tough one to miss because now you're dealing with a 4th down. And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Mayfield going to switch things up here. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line.
Both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave him some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed him off with that run.
His first ever catch in a Super Bowl, a nice moment, and also a first down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to one.
And bulldozing his way through. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Play fake. Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Here's Mayfield. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Mayfield showing he can be fleet of foot, picking up the first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
A shotgun handoff here to Irvin. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. Mayfield now. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing, Mayfield. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Irving. Touchdown, Buccaneers. And remember, that drive started back at the 2, 98 yards into the end zone to finish with that run.
And what do you think the guy who punts the ball is doing? I mean, when that drive started, he was thinking about, okay, catch it, get rid of it, right? When he's warming up in the net, don't step backwards and create a safety, because he was counting on worst-case scenario. And as the drive went on, he figured...
He turned that net into a hammock.
Exactly. Give me a drink of water and let me just relax.
Following the touchdown. Here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And they'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Looking to pass. Tua. They've got his man complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
21G.
Tua going to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Miami.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
You have a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think a Dolphin was able to fall on it. Yes, they'll keep possession here.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Buccaneers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Parker, I think this will want to ride very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
On 1st and 10, here's Irvin. Shreds him with his stiff arm. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 68 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll stay on the ground with Irvin. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They went right back to it, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll run with the former Bruin. This is Carson Steele. Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. To throw, Mayfield. Now he's going to step up, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. We have reached the 2-minute warning. In fact, just under 2 minutes to play in the opening half of this year's Super Bowl. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Point it right, good. 180.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Now on 4th down, honors the punt team sending this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Dolphin football.
At their own 16-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me,
he's got a man complete. It's a big play there for Miami. 48 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A run straight ahead with Layjohn. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
A gain of 9.
21G, 21.
Here's Tua. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Layjohn. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another 1st down. Up the middle, Layjohn. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
and that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are on the board here in this Super Bowl. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Alert, 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 alert. Set. Hey, alert, alert. Pistol. 180. Hey, alert 33. Watch.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's second down. After the sack on first down, Mayfield. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Third down and 1. They'll look to throw. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So it's 4th and 1. They wind up taking the 3, but I'm not sure that offensive unit, judging by the sideline, Charles, was in 100% agreement with the decision.
No, not at all, but the head coach has final call on this. We know that. But let's face it, offenses want to feel like, hey, you believe in us, let us go for it. We'll see if that is a problem for them moving forward in this game.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that will bring up second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
From the gun, it's Tua. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. On the handoff, it's Layjohn. inside the 20 before it's brought down. 79 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Layjohn here, they stay on the ground. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Layjohn, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Dolphins have cut it back within a score. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Bucky Irving with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Buccaneers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Parker. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that 1st touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
From the 29, Tua. The RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Layjohn with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Dolphins are back within a score. Sanders now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the first round there. A nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Oh, Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Now Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 2 yards on the pickup there. 3rd and 7 now.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Mayfield. He'll try and do this himself. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Tez Johnson, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Bucs are able to extend their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Football, and the Buccaneers have it. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
A run up the middle with Irving. 157 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that. And that really chips away at your confidence.
Quick throw caught by Godwin. Only able to gain a couple there. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Mayfield to throw it. We'll try to pick it up. Now Mayfield lost the football. And the Dolphins have got it. Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that, because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
If these guys got to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Wide open receiver complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. It's a big play there for Miami. And even 50 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. On 2nd and 12, Tua. Man is caught. 6-yard line. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
The 2 is going to change things up. Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards. That false start knocks them back behind the 10 now as they'll try again, 1st and goal. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Achane gets it from the gun. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
2nd and goal.
And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter of Super Bowl 61. The culmination of the season and the crowning of a champion after the 4th quarter, which is coming up next. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Edwards. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Solo left Zion.
2 and out, 3rd and goal. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Arnold Ebiketie in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. Sanders' kick is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A one-score game, 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
Once again, it's Irving. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
3rd down and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. That is caught. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards that time for number 14.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The offense on third down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
20. Alert, 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 alert. Real. Hey, alert 33. Stop.
Mayfield looks to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
So they need 2 yards here on third down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive. Mayfield down. And he set up the screen. That's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Baker going to give it to Irving.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Straight ahead, it's Irving.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Bucky Irving
With a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight.
And the Buccaneers are starting to pull away in the 4th quarter of this Super Bowl.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And we're at the time in the Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
It's 2nd down.
Looking to pass. Tua. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
They'll wind up getting just a yard.
And that'll make it second down. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
Tua going to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of the guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Well, they'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Here's a handoff to Irvin. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I?
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Solo left Zion.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Tua sets up to pass it. And that is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, but after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Solo left Zion. Ready.
Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may write a finish to this Super Bowl.
180!
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
180!
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have won the Super Bowl, and they will hoist the Lombardi Trophy to cap an amazing season. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
Commissioner Goodell up on the podium, going to make the trophy presentation to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, champions of Super Bowl 61. So that wraps things up for another incredible season of the NFL on EA Sports. So for my partner Charles Davis, for Mike and Greg, Kate and Brock, and our entire crew of hundreds, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Good night from Southern California.